I've told you about the umweso.
Yes, we played.
You even played the umweso.
Yes.
So one of the basics we have at Naccau is to preserve our traditions. There are things which work for cultures differently. If you talk of a basket, the Bunyoro Kitara basket is different from the Toro Kingdom basket.
And different from the one
of
Buganda.
Buganda. Yes. And I can tell by appearance even, and what they are using. If you go to Songora, wherever you go, the basket is different. And every tradition uses it differently. If I can talk of Buganda, the way they use the basket, apart from lifting things within it or using it for kitchen purposes,
yes.
But the basket is also used as a DNA object. For example, if someone is, yes, it's for DNA. Why am I saying so?
Make much more sense about
using that.
Yeah.
Using a basket. What I know, if someone gives birth, and before you, let me begin from Bunyoro, how we do DNA. If you have given birth,
yeah,
you take some days before you bring out the kid. 3 to 4 days.
When the
kid is born.
Yes, and he's staying inside
the room.
Yes.
The reason is the aunties should observe how the kid looks like. Either you have something you resemble your family. So that is one of it.
But we can't rule out the fact that there are people who totally
no.
look different.
No, there should be something. Something.
And even the elders can always tell.
Yes, that is the role of aunties.
Yes.
So when you come to Buganda, the time they bring out this kid, they use a basket, they put in water, they put in, I think, there's some kind of mushroom.
Okay.
Bakaita katika kavala. So they put in your umbilical cord. So depending how it behaves in this basket, you may not be a kid they were expecting. Yeah. So for a basket, it has so many uses depending where it is got from, where it is maybe basing, where you are taking it and what you are going to use it for.
Yes.
If you look at mats, yes, even these mats, they design you to tell different things. It's just that these days we do not put so much emphasis on our culture. Yeah. But to me, who is cultured, there are several things I put emphasis on.
Yes. To speak more about the preservation and the heritage, I understand now Naccau offers that to people who might come there and they seek that knowledge.
Yes.
All people that might come there to purchase. Let me say we were talking about the baskets, and then you can guide on how to actually, probably they are looking for a basket for a particular use, and you advise that actually what you exactly need is not this, but it's the other.
Yes.
But as times have moved and changed, some of these values or norms or actions as per the different cultures have in a way disappeared, and the young generation, some of them may never cross paths with Naccau. How is Naccau planning, or is there an arrangement of a plan of further pushing this kind of heritage knowledge to the masses out there? How are you trying to change the narrative, even away from the people that will visit the space? But how are you taking lead?
We are in the process of making a catalog to showcase what is supposed to be happening. For example, if I talk about a basket and you go to Naccau grounds, you'll find some of the items, what we use in the basket, commonly known as like enjulu.
Enjulu.
At Naccau we have them grown. If we talk of a backcloth, we have a whole tree.
I've been part of one of the
exactly.
Sessions.
So to pass on this information, we normally have schools which we guide through some of these things, depending on how the school wants it to be. But also, in our catalogs, we keep on mentioning, because catalogs go far.
Yes.
And Naccau is you may see it here in Kampala, but we have other centers. Not as centers, but we have other people we connect with.
Yes, members who have set up spaces.
Yes, like in Mbarara, we have in Gulu, we have in Jinja. So those are some of the people can connect with to know about some of these things. Yeah. But at the center, we have everything preserved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a connection between Naccau and other crafts centers? Say like the crafts village in the city center?
The connection, not so much, but the connection is first of all, we partner with the dealers and also the people who are making the same products. Because we are dealing in the same products, we can exchange products from other markets to this market. We also partner with the manufacturers, the people who are really into it.
Yes.
Much as we have some on ground, some are not on ground.
Okay.
For example, we had like wood carving people. Those ones who do wood carving may not be at the center, but they are part of Naccau. So to partner with them, they normally pay membership to us. So we keep them on our data. So we keep on calling on them and also talking to them. That's the only way we can connect with some people outside Naccau.
Okay, let's talk tourism. Understand yourself, you've been part of international kind of exhibitions, but also Naccau. I think Eyawol too took part in the tourism expo, the Pearl of Africa, Powate.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Why we took part in Powate? One of the things is we are dealers in Ugandan souvenirs. Powate is basically for Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, but it also brings in people from across the country, outside the country. Yeah. For example, last year's Powate, I saw Kenyans, I saw Tanzanians, I saw people from Rwanda. And when they come here, normally you're talking of things which may not be seen physically. For example, if you talk of a mountain gorilla, someone thinks of how does it look like. So at Naccau, we have paintings to portray exactly what you want to see. We have things we talk about in tourism. Whatever you talk about in tourism, in the real sense as in physical, you will see it in a visual art painting. And then we normally talk about, we encourage the government. Okay, we advocate for policies which help us to promote tourism. For example, if we are talking about maybe animals, there are some, like maybe birds who live in wetlands.
Yes.
We keep on talking about birds which are really vital in Uganda. Some of these birds can only be found in wetlands and not any other. For example, the crested crane. But now you have to advocate for wetlands because you need to see these things live. So if you can't see them live, then you will see them through visual arts. So the only way Naccau participates in this, and it helps the tourists see exactly what they are talking about in visual art.
Okay.
Yes.
And the international exhibitions?
We do. Currently, we have just been in India at it's called an Art and Craft Cultural Festival for Indians at Sirajkund. But this one this very particular event brings artisans from all over the world. Okay. So it is one particular event which enlightens an artist from another country to another country. You get to know how things are done. So it's
more of a cultural exchange.
Yes.
Element. But how often let me talk about the opportunities of exhibition, probably for a young visual artist out there. How do they get in touch or to be part or to apply for opportunities around these international exhibitions? Because when I walk around the various shops in Naccau, mostly the upper side where there is a touch of young blood doing a lot of things there, I see very talented young people doing a lot of great work. And sometimes when you ask for the prices, they are quite, but I believe the international market, because this is African kind of identity, artwork, animal prints, which I think could actually play so well on the global international market. But maybe the opportunities for such exhibitions are not there.
The opportunities are there. What I could say, to be part of the opportunities, first you must be a member of Naccau. Because opportunities come, those who are ready. Why am I saying so? When an opportunity comes, for example, Naccau is in partnership with Ministry of Gender, is in partnership with UTB, is in partnership with PSFU, is in partnership with CCFU. So all these organizations, there are times when they have exhibitions. Not even exhibitions. If they have like a conference, let me say, they will say we want some exhibitors. So how do we pick upon you when you're not even a member?
Not part of.
Yeah. And most of those artists you're seeing there, they love what they are doing, but they feel as if they're in the comfort zone.
Yes.
So one of the things I would talk about to get into the opportunities is to become a member. Not only Naccau, there are other organizations which take in artists.
Okay.
There are several.
But to be particular with Naccau, what does
Yes.
it take for one to be a member?
It is just paying membership fee of 100,000.
That's annually or
Annually.
Annually.
Yes.
Yes.
So when you pay your membership, you wait upon such a chance, because sometimes there are chances which come where you're supposed to pay some money to be part of that exhibition. But of course, the announcement comes on Naccau Forum.
So you're in the know.
Yes. So if you're not a member, that means you're not on the platform.
Yes.
That's one of the other reasons. Then the other ones could be the international exhibitions. Still, these chances come for Naccau. So how can Naccau pick someone who is not a member? In most cases, they look at their members,
Okay.
because they are paying some fees.
Okay, as a self-taught, you told me being a self-taught artisan with some aspects that you also learned on
Yeah.
ground at Naccau. Two things. I really want to know, what are some of the challenges for a person who is just, you talked of the training, some of the people that are starting out in this industry, some of the challenges they are facing, but then also at an institutional level, some of the challenges that Naccau is facing, and you also make a call to action to authorities, stakeholders, on where you think they can help you better, some of the policies probably they can put in place to help particularly you, the people, and the institution as Naccau.
To help us in training, for us, like now, the policies. For example, if I may not be a certified trainer,
Yes.
but yet I know what I'm doing. For example, in such a space, there are so many people who know what they are doing, but they are not certified. And if policies could allow to come to such a center and allow.
And you look at what a person does
Exactly.
for you to accredit them.
Yes, to accredit them easily. You know, government policies. The road to accredit you will take you more years each and every day. Exactly. So if they could remove such bureaucracies and they leave people to do what they're doing, especially like the things we are doing by hand.
Yes.
How do you certify someone who is doing basketry? It's not easy. But again, I know what I'm doing.
They have the skills, they know the raw materials, they know what it takes and all that.
Yes. And then you certify someone who is doing something substandard.
All theoretical things, because most of the people they are actually certifying are people who will offer the theoretical knowledge.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then there are other things we cannot do as Naccau. For example, we have so many street kids within Kampala. If the law could allow, maybe we could invite them and give them a training. But you know, with the law, they would say these are street kids, you're encouraging them to be on the streets. You're taking advantage.
Okay.
And yet, this is an opportunity to remove someone from the streets, teach this person something to help himself out.
All right. As Naccau, another question I would really love to throw to you. As Naccau, understand you have members and all the shops, when a person moves to the grounds, all shops seem to be filled. Are there spaces or opportunities where if a person wanted to have their shop at the Naccau premises, how do they go around that?
There is always space for rent. Not you coming to build, but there are spaces for rent.
Even currently there.
Currently, there are spaces for rent, a few. But you come to through the administration, you inquire.
Okay.
Sometimes they are there, sometimes they are not there.
Okay.
Because the space is limited.
Okay. Mrs. Bakko, let's now talk the market. Every person that has come here to discuss visual art in relation with Naccau, I am so much interested in the market. Still, when a person is making their way to Naccau, they will see a lot of products, paintings, and a lot of art crafts. Where is the market to start with?
I think it's high time artisans go into IT.
Okay.
Why? Online market is available to everyone. But you know, some people feel when they sit down and sell a painting today and tomorrow, the other day you don't sell, they feel comfortable. But there is a lot. There is market outside there. How do why am I saying so? If someone is an online person,
yes,
there are even exhibitions which we do not get into. We do not really feel like we can manage. Let me say, This year alone, they have announced China Expo, they have announced Japan Expo, they have announced Ethiopian, they have announced India. But only that, unless you're inquisitive on what you're doing and you really
You're on
feel
the
you want
internet to search
yes. Some of them can be got on the internet, but like I said, when you're a member of Naccau, there are several exhibitions in line, only that they need some capital.
Yes.
Some money to put in yourself because you have to go to pay a ticket, you have got to pay maybe where you're going to work from. But before you even go all that way, you need to know, to understand how things are being done. So there is market online. Secondly, Naccau also offers market opportunities.
Okay.
Because we can access market opportunities through Naccau. How? These exhibitions, when they come, they announce them. They give us space as Naccau because, like I said, we are partnering with so many other organizations. So they normally give us space for people to, an opportunity for exhibition.
Or sometimes, do you get people who get interested in particular products and they want them produced in mass quantity, and those opportunities are still shared to members to produce?
Those are very few, but the reason was we did not have an active website, and now currently we have an active website, and we know the opportunities are there. But the challenge we normally get, for example, they would say, if it is cow horn products.
Yes.
Again, I'll still go back to government. You'd find that the people who are doing cow horn, it is also not easy even to collect the horns.
Yes.
Why? The horns within Kampala are at one station. And currently, I understand not everyone goes to pick them. You get it?
Yeah.
So that one is also another challenge. And then you want to produce massively.
Okay. I don't know. I think I was with the OHT Wanyans who talked about an online market that Naccau either has in place or is under construction. I would really love you to shed much more light. Is there a plan to create more like an online market, digital market kind of?
We do have one, but
up and running.
It's not running currently.
Okay.
But we do have one. Maybe the challenge would be, would love our members to be trained on how to use it.
Yes.
Like I said, artisans, not all of them have gone that far. Art is just passion.
Yes.
You can just sit, even if you're a class 3 student, you can be able to paint a good paint, to have a good painting. But we also need our members to come up with an initiative to learn. Maybe that is what we are lacking. We need to learn how to be digital, to go digital. And a few of us who do, sometimes you're busy. You need someone who is hands-on.
Yes.
Yes.
Most times in this particular industry, a lot of times it's, you see the arts, culture, creative industry is very wide. But most of the times it's only the musicians whose issues are always brought to the forefront. I don't know if it's simply because they sing or they can talk a lot. And
so.
Visual artists, just like probably songwriters or music producers, have remained a little bit laid back. And today, the talk that musicians usually put out is, we contribute a lot to this GDP. Our sector brings in a lot. As Naccau, I might just want to pick from you, from whatever they say the industry contributes to the national GDP. Are you certain of how much of that comes from the visual art specifically? We
are not. And it's only this year that we were involved, not even involved. We were called to be part of the review of the cultural policy.
Yes.
Of which the review was like, the policy was already out. So meaning, most of us, we didn't know that. Did we participate anyway? We are not sure if we did participate. So some of these things, government takes them for granted.
Yeah, some of your calls to action.
Exactly. They just want maybe your signature or your appearance, and they say you were around. But we do not know how much visual arts puts in the GDP. Secondly, if we are contributing something, the government should look into this sector, not only musicians or songwriters or what, because they can shout, they can do what. Even these artists, let me tell you, no tourist goes out without taking something like a souvenir.
That's very true.
Now that is the visual art. Where is this person where is the space for this person in government's programs? It is this year where I've seen that there are some things which are coming up, and then we need to participate. But also participation, we need our people to be trained to be in the know.
Yes.
Because they have not been in this, they have not been all along, they had not known or that maybe they do exist.
Yes.
For example, you will not tell someone who is making a basket that, you know what, your basket contributes maybe this much.
Yeah,
yes.
In the economy.
Yes. And if it does, the person may be the person even making the basket. Some of them have not been to school. They do not even know what you're talking about. But again, you're here taxing the same person and you're not giving the person a chance to express herself.
Okay.
So I think...
as Connect for Culture, our number one major call is to advocate for at least 1% of the entire budget to be set aside for the creative culture industries. As Naccau, if you're to look at as an industry entirely as the visual arts industry, if government say they accepted to set aside this 1%, and now we as the entire industry in general, we have to have a share. But that share is to be given by what you put across as an integral, a general part that let me say the share that is to be given to Naccau will be determined by what you present. What are the key things you could present as an entire industry that will be given or offered to the industry, and it will be generally beneficial to everyone, every key player?
Like how the money could be used in
exactly.
Naccau?
Yes. Not only Naccau, probably, yes, we could first speak of visual arts and maybe zero it down to Naccau. Okay,
visual arts, I think they need some kind of training. We need training to be able to understand what is going on around our own spaces.
Yes.
All visual artists may not understand what even the policy is saying. These are kind of things there
is a touch of ignorance and disconnection.
Disconnection from what they're saying. You know, when you visit someone who is maybe... there's a time I was seeing someone telling us that, now you have to tell us what should we improve on this. But how do I improve something I have not even read?
Yes.
So that is another thing. I think for us, we need visual artists to be enlightened on what is going on within
a touch of more like capacity building.
Capacity building, yes. If they do that, then people would know their rights.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. As we wrap it up today, Ms. Bakko, I also want you to just talk about yourself, probably your shop at Naccau. Where is it located? What do you deal in? When are you always open? So that people out there that are watching can as well just get so personal with you.
First of all, I work with Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom. In the capacity, I'm a member of the Bunyoro Kitara Parliamentary Forum.
That's where you will get the other title.
Yes, Owek.
Okay. I thought Owek is here in Buganda.
No.
Even that side.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Most Rotarian. I subscribe with the Rotary Club of Oyogere Nambole. I joined Rotary in 2019.
Okay. I'm
a director of a CBO, which is back in Bunyoro.
Yes.
It's called Bunyoro Kitara Community Development Initiative. I'm a peer educator. I train girls in self-help projects, and one of the other projects is the visual arts. Okay. Still, like I said, reusable sanitary towels, other artists, beading, basketry, tailoring, those kind of things. So at Naccau, I have a stall at number 8.
Okay.
One of the key things in my stall talks about my culture.
Your heritage from Bunyoro.
From Bunyoro. If someone is going to marry in Bunyoro, I will do you a very good tunic. That is the kanzus with logos. I will have the portraits. I can get you the certificates. I have books which have been written about Bunyoro. I have maps. Anything talking about Bunyoro.
Bunyoro.
Yes, in my store they are there.
Okay.
Then the other things.
When are you always open?
My shop is always open unless I'm not around.
Okay.
Though I leave a bit early, by 5.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I'm on Rotary duties, and I'm passionate about community work. and girl child.
Before you offer us your very last remarks, how do you, with all these kinds of roles that you have all handle, how do you intertwine them? Like, how do they connect with each other? Because I believe you do.
Yeah. First of all, like I said, I'm a self-trained artist. So this one connects because I have a cultural background. Okay. I was born and raised in my own area, home area. So meaning I came here, the time I came to Kampala, I was on studies. Okay. I hold a bachelor's degree in business administration from Naccau University. So because I'm passionate about what I do, culture connects with art so much that even if I'm participating in Winyoro Kitara, basically it is culture.
Culture.
Yes, it touches me 100%. When I come back to Naccau, and sometimes I work online. I do some things online. I have so many connections. So even if I'm not around at my shop, someone will be able to call me.
Yes.
Yes. So that I can attend to that person as well.
They place their orders.
Yes.
All right. As we wrap it up, your very last remarks, Ms. Bakko.
Yeah.
Your very last remarks to our viewers.
I want to call upon viewers, those who want training in art. First of all, art is passion. Secondly, everyone is born an artist, but you haven't just known what you want. Me, I don't settle for small things. I believe everything a man can do, a woman can even do better. Yes. So even if I wanted to paint, I can paint. Yes. But just that it's not my
specialize.
I'm not even. I don't specialize because I can do anything. The moment I think about it, I can do it. So I just call upon those parents who want their children to be like that, their children to follow their their dreams. Art is passion and everyone can be an artist. Secondly, art is like a self-help project. You can do anything in art as a side income project. And training at Naccau is available anytime.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Miss Lilian Bakko, Owek from Naccau. One of the few people that have actually hosted Baby Tibwa, and two of them have been from Naccau. Owek Nuwa Amala Nyanzi, and once again today, Owek Lilian Bakko. Till next Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, we shall be right back here at 2 p.m. to discuss more of the conversations around visual art in partnership with Naccau. Till then,
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.